Every couple hurts each other. It is not a sign that something is broken. It is not proof that you chose the wrong person. It is not even a measure of how much you love each other. It is simply the inevitable collision of two nervous systems, two histories, two sets of wounds trying to love and be loved. The real difference between couples who grow closer over time and couples who grow apart is not how much hurt happens, it is what they do after it happens. Most people instinctively pull away when hurt enters the room. They protect themselves. They defend their position. They retreat into silence. They build emotional walls to keep the pain out. And without even realizing it, they begin to build those walls between each other. But here is the truth that changes everything. Closeness is not created by avoiding hurt. Closeness is created by walking toward each other through it. Think about the last time you felt wounded by your partner. Maybe they dismissed something important to you. Maybe they spoke sharply in a moment of stress. Maybe they forgot something that mattered deeply. Your body's first reaction was probably to pull back. You might have gone quiet, withdrawn, or built a case in your mind about why they were wrong. That is the moment most relationships begin to lose intimacy, not in the hurt itself, but in what happens after it. Here is how that problem usually unfolds. It starts with silence. One of you withdraws to cool off, but that silence feels like abandonment to the other. They try to re-engage, but the tone is cold or defensive, so you both end up protecting yourselves instead of reaching for each other. Now, the argument is not about what happened anymore. It is about the space that has grown between you. That space becomes a presence in the room, a heavy, unspoken distance neither of you knows how to cross. The next layer is blame. Instead of saying, "I felt hurt," you say, "You always do this." Instead of revealing what is tender, you point to what is wrong with them, and they do the same. The conversation becomes a list of accusations instead of a bridge to understanding. It is no longer about repair. It is about defense, justification, and proving a point. And underneath it all, the original pain, the small human ache of wanting to feel loved and valued, is completely lost. Finally, resentment takes root. Because neither of you feels seen, you begin collecting evidence to support your disconnection. You remember past hurts. You predict future ones. You start building emotional cases instead of emotional intimacy. Even moments that could be healing now feel charged with suspicion. What was once a relationship becomes more like a quiet negotiation between two people trying not to get hurt again. When we pull away, we protect ourselves, but we also abandon the opportunity for deeper connection. Because every moment of hurt contains a hidden invitation. It is an invitation to reveal, to stay, to risk vulnerability when every part of you wants to hide. It is an invitation to say, "This touched something tender in me," instead of, "I'm fine." It is an invitation to let your partner meet a part of you they have never truly seen. Most people never open that door. They stay stuck in the story of who is right and who is wrong. They argue about facts instead of feelings. They fixate on solutions instead of sharing the experience that needs to be witnessed. And so the deeper truth, the one that could bring them closer, never sees the light of day. But when you do the opposite, when you choose to lean in instead of pull back, the entire dynamic changes. If instead of retreating you say, "I felt really unseen when that happened," something opens. If instead of building resentment you say, "I want to share how deeply that landed," intimacy becomes possible. If instead of shutting down you stay present long enough to let your pain be known, you create a bridge back to each other. And here is what that can look like in practice. It begins with naming your internal world rather than narrating their behavior. When you raised your voice, "I felt small and unimportant," lands very differently than "You're always yelling." One leads to defensiveness, the other leads to empathy. When you can anchor the conversation in your emotional truth rather than their mistakes, the other person has something real to hold on to. The next step is curiosity. Instead of rushing to defend yourself, you get curious about what your partner is experiencing. "Can you help me understand why that felt so painful?" is an invitation. Your overreacting is a shutdown. Curiosity signals that you are willing to walk into the hard place with them, rather than leave them there alone. And that willingness is often more healing than any solution. Finally, there is presence. The most powerful repairs do not come from perfect words but from consistent presence. It is saying, "I am here even though this is hard." It is staying engaged even when the conversation stings. It is reaching for their hand, or leaning in closer, or breathing together through the discomfort. That presence teaches both of your nervous systems something vital. We can be hurt and still be safe. We can struggle and still stay close. It is not easy. It will feel like the last thing you want to do. Your body will tell you to run. Your ego will tell you to win. Your protective parts will tell you to shut it down before you get hurt again. But if you can stay, not to blame, not to punish, not to prove a point, but to reveal, you will start to understand the real purpose of relationships. They are not meant to keep you from ever feeling pain. They are meant to give you someone to walk through it with. This is what it means to grow closer through hurt. It means replacing withdrawal with curiosity. It means choosing understanding over judgment. It means revealing the deeper layers of what the moment stirred in you rather than hiding behind defensiveness. And it means creating safety for your partner to do the same. When both people begin to do this, hurt stops being a sign of disconnection. It becomes a doorway to intimacy. The arguments start to feel less like walls and more like windows into each other's inner worlds. The conflicts stop being evidence of incompatibility and start becoming opportunities to know and love each other more fully. Every hurt holds the potential to divide or to deepen. Most couples unconsciously choose division because that is what survival instincts tell them to do. But the couples who last, the ones who grow closer with time, are the ones who learn to pause in those moments and ask, what is this hurt showing us about what we need? What is it inviting us to share? It takes courage to do this. It takes trust. It takes patience. But if you can learn to stay in the room with each other's pain, not to fix it, not to run from it, but to witness it, something remarkable happens. The hurt no longer lives between you as a barrier. It lives between you as a bridge. And that is where the deepest love is built. Not in the moments where nothing goes wrong, but in the moments where everything feels raw and hard, and you still choose to turn toward each other. Because love is not about never causing pain. It is about holding hands and finding your way through it, together. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.